Good. Sleepy.
Okay.
Should start.
I guess the energy is a bit low, so can I just gauge how everyone is doing this morning with higher spirits?
Good.
Yeah, good?
Good.
Good. Okay, more energy.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. I need the energy too. So, my name is Haris and I am the project manager of the Bmen Mentors for Entrepreneurs Network. For those of you who don't know what Bmen is, it is an initiative that started in 2019 that connects business owners to mentors. So this morning we are very lucky to have 3 of the mentors here at the back. We've got Tuan Haji Sufyan there, yeah.
Ian.
And then Ian, okay. And then we've got Hajar at the back there. And we've got Bobby. Okay. So you'll get to know them more in a bit and you'll get to know each other as well. I am assisted by my lovely colleague Pakro. And so if you need any assistance or if you want to get more information about what Bmen does and what their or BEB does as well, you can talk to any of us, so myself, Pakro, and also Noah at the back. So if you're familiar with him as well, he'll be around for a bit. But this morning we are here because you guys are attending the masterclass on business operations and project management automation for SMEs. So the objective of the masterclass, which will be running up to this Friday, are 3 things. So gain information and knowledge about what project management really means. So basically the theoretical and practical examples. You will have the opportunity to explore project management automation tools, so online tools provided by our trainer, I think on Thursday. And then finally, explore whether it is practical for you to adapt your projects into these automation tools. So these are the 3 objectives. And all of the resources, the attendance, the micro-learning materials which will be available for you to explore, they are all going to be in the learning management system, which we will share in a bit now. You will be able to get a certification for this, provided that you attend 70% of the classes. Okay, 70%. But it doesn't count if you just come in and then you register and then you go out. We won't count that, okay? So we'll be monitoring that. Our breaks there are going to be 3 breaks every day. But yeah, it's all going to be in here. So this schedule has been shared to you, Suda. And each of the sessions, we have already identified the mentors and the trainers to lead them. So this morning, this afternoon, tomorrow morning, and tomorrow afternoon, it will be led by 3 of our mentors at the back. So you'll be seeing them quite frequently. They're very eager, you know. So when we were sharing about this project, they were like, "Wow, we're gonna have a meeting." Terus dorang jumpa, and then they're to talk about how are we gonna do this, apa. So they put in a lot of effort for you guys to learn and to apply this information to help improve your business. What else? Oh yeah, and 2 things that also we need from you is that we will have a pre-course survey to kind of ask you some questions about your business and this course, and a post-course survey to engage how we did and how we can improve, etc. Okay, so before we start anything, before we get to know the mentors, hello, my name. Oh, also, every day starts at 8:30, yeah. So please do try to make it on time, so that you don't miss out on information. Can you go to the next slide?
Yes.
So we can just quickly start off with setting up your IBA learning. So if you can just go to the IBA learning website listed there. this is for your attendance, by the way. No one's going to go around to help you guys out. So yeah, just go on your phone or your laptop or something. Just quickly go to ibalearning.com and log in. You should have your email registered, and then just follow the instructions. We have 5 minutes to do this, so just know we'll be going around to help you guys out. So this is how you're going to get access to the materials, the micro-learning, register your attendance, complete the pre and post-complete surveys, and this is also where you'll be receiving your certificate. Okay, just gonna So if you need help, just raise your hand. One of my colleagues will come over to where you're at to assist you.
Aku Rizky, aku login saja, aku masuk sistem.
Sudah? So I'll just quickly go through it one by one. If you can't see, just go to the ibalearning.com website, which is listed here, www.ibalearning.com. Once you've gone on it, just click on login and put your email address that you registered this course with the password IBA123. And when you've entered your details, just go to My Courses and select this course, which is the Masterclass on Business Operations and Project Management. Okay? So this is accessible through, you can access it through your phone, you can access it through your tablet or through your laptop and stuff like that. So for all our capacity building courses, we use our learning management system to basically make it easy for you guys to access materials and stuff. But yeah, I hope everyone has done that. Sudah? Everybody sudah? Come okay?
Ya, benar. Sendiri.
Mr. Okay.
Ya, benar. Oke.
Okay? So that's it from me for today. You'll be hearing from me every morning. But I will pass this on to the mentors. So yeah. So I've shared with you just now that we have a pre-survey and post-survey inside the LMS. So maybe before the end of the day, if you can complete the pre-survey during the breaks, we'd be at the lunch. That'd be cool. So I'll remind you during the breaks to just do the pre-survey if you're not talking to the mentors or your classmates. But yeah. Okay, so I think that's it from me. So I'm gonna pass it on to our mentors.
can take this one.
Boleh.
I'll just send you the links to the
Okay, you guys done with the registrations and everything?
Yes.
The other group, are we done? You're good to go? And since you ran away just before I asked the question. You okay?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hajar Pia.
How are we this morning? How are we this morning? Remember, I'm one person, there's 16 of you. Whose voices is louder? How are we this morning? Good. I'm good. Okay, so just to iterate what Harry says, welcome to our masterclass this morning. So we're going to be with you for 2 days. When we say we, there will be two culprits with me later. I'll introduce you to them, okay? But first, before we start, we would like to invite Ian to bless our session this morning with recital of our prayer.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Thank you, Ian. So, just to introduce us to you before we start our session, okay, we want you to meet us, the mentors. So when you see the pictures, you see us, they're all the same. Follow me? So that means something with the pictures, okay? And also with the names. So first, we say that every great achiever is inspired by a great mentor. So the reason why Bmen is here is that they want to help you to become more successful in whatever you do. So they created this masterclass for you and bring us together with you to share our knowledge, our experience, and with the guidance and everything. So bear with us for the next 2 days, okay? So first, I would like to introduce you to Ian. That's Ian. Do you know who Ian is?
Yes.
That's him. But his actual name is Haji Muhammad Sofian Haji Omar. So this is Ian. He's the co-owner, principal consultant, as well as HRD Corp certified trainer from Malaysia. Okay? So, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, thanks. Assalamualaikum. Good morning, everyone. Who wants to make their business successful? Everybody, yeah. Good. I actually learned about a few businesses, but before that, I was actually with the oil and gas sector. And it wasn't running a business per se, but it was running operations. Yeah, I was the head of Champion 7 field that produces at that time more than 170,000 barrels of oil per day. You calculate that in today's prices, it's in millions and billions. And that's what we had to operate. We had to operate and operations similar to business operations or production operations. Yeah, we had to make sure things go well. And we actually achieved the target. If we don't, we get somebody breathing down our neck. Yeah. In businesses, it's like different. The ones who breathe down your necks are basically the banks if you're taking loans and so on. So yeah, I've been working. I've got work experience for past 30 odd years. Started actual work in 1993 when I joined Shell after graduating. working as a mechanical engineer. I used that talent in mechanical engineering for a few years, but most of it then went away. I was looking after managing businesses on behalf of my company. And 2009, I resigned. I went to the other side of the fence, which looked greener, and then realized that it was greener in shell. but I realized that I had to make the turf where I was standing on green, and much greener than what shell was. Yeah, so over the 30 years, what I do now, I do consultancy and training in safety and health management, as well as consultancy and mentoring in business. I'm an active member of the Malaysia Chambers of Commerce and Industry. I am the deputy chairman for the Koperasi of the Chambers, and very, very active, and recently joined Bmen as one of the members. But I've been doing mentoring for heck of a long time. Other businesses, including owning property and renting those out, and what else? Yeah, we've got a point laundry down in Turkey. That's run by my sister, and hopefully in the next few weeks we'll be opening a new cafe. So watch this space. Yeah. So we'll be talking about business operations today and analyzing that and so on. And then tomorrow we'll be talking further about in detail about it. So welcome everybody, good to know you, and I think throughout the day, yeah, you see some familiar faces, but yeah, let's go get to know each other. And I think we importantly learn from each other as well. Yeah, so not only one way from us. Okay. HR.
Thanks,
Over to
Ian.
you.
So that's Ian.
Yeah, comedian, the end of Sofyan.
We want to be glamour as well, just like you do. Okay, so we instead of Sophia, we call him Ian. Okay, the next mentor that would be me, myself. My name is Hajar Rapia. Please call me HR. Okay, so I am international certified professional trainer, HRD Top certified and accredited for Malaysia, and ICPT for UK. I'm also a trainer freelance. I'm a shared member for the IUPT. I'm also a mentor for Brunei, ASEAN, as well as Malaysia MSMEs. So nothing much interesting about me, unlike Ian.
Yeah. Except you got hair.
I'm a world generalist, HR generalist. My focus is more into HR. Okay. So the same thing, my background is same as Ian. We are coming from oil and gas industries, but he did oil and gas industries, but I come in various industries, airline industry, financial, oil and gas, as well as procurement, contract and management industries. So that's just about me. My dedication is in terms of developing people, and that's something closer to my heart. Okay, the reason why we are here. And the next, I would bring my other mentor, who's going to be with me for the next 2 days, and that would be Bobby.
Hi, dalam familiar faces. Just checking, siapa yang tahu aku sudah, who knows me already from business. Previous workshop from event market. So yang so about half lah knows about me. So if you don't know workshop, then you know a bit of my background. Interestingly, my background is actually in science education. I'm supposed to be a maths and chemistry teacher. But I
Supposed to.
went into business. So I did food stall business, internet cafe, that's that now. Then I go to the computer school, and then I did some consulting work, business consulting work, and then I worked for Lavoya. And then while I was working for Lavoya, I also did some business on the side. So I also at night teach swimming. So who doesn't know how to swim? Check f@swim.com. We can promise you, guarantee you get how to swim. I'm not going to give you money back if you can't. I'll just teach you until you can. Oh, no. Okay. In Lavoya, basically, I teach entrepreneurship. Basically, almost everything. But most of you might know me from teaching about how to start a business and how to plan a business. So later you'll find out as well on the business aspect side, which is the business operation planning side, and the project management side when you conduct events or something. Okay, so you'll hear more from me. Okay, back.
Thank you, Bobby. So you know the mentors already, and you have your name tag with you. So we're not going to ask you to introduce your name yet to us. But before that, we're going to start with, what are we going to start with? No, everybody start looking at me. We're going to do an icebreaker. There is a piece of paper in front of you. Who knows how to play bingo? Everybody?
Yeah.
Just one person? You don't know how to play bingo? It's going to be fun.
I don't gamble.
You don't gamble. You don't gamble. How about that table? Do you play bingo? Yes.
Joseph, you know.
Oh. So just mind you, this is not the same bingo that you're used to. So there is a piece of paper over your table. Please take one. Take one each.
Yeah, just
Now in this game, we're going to time you. So there are lists of children in this bingo card. Follow me?
Yep.
No, I'm going to say it once only, no repeat. Just to check whether you're listening to us or not. So you have 3 minutes to do this. What are you going to do? 3 minutes. Now what you need to do is get as many signatures as you would like to have who resonates to this question. So for example, you have to find somebody who has a fear in public speaking. So you need to find across this room. The idea is not for you to sit at your table, but mingle around and find the person who has the statement in the box. Follow me?
Yep.
Now, once you have that person, ask that person to put his signature in the box. So, for example, you have Ina. Ina has run a marathon, for example. So you need to ask her to put her signature, not a name, signature. Only one signature per box. You cannot have 2 people doing the signature for each of the box. Follow me? So your time is 3 minutes. Start now.
Guys, who stand up?
You need to stand up from the table and move around.
Only participants, not mentors. Okay. 30 seconds more.
Oh, everybody. Okay. Get to the seat. Yeah.
Anybody go bingo?
Get to the seat. The next thing what I want you to do is count how many signatures do you have on your card. Write it down. Write down how many signatures do you have on your card. Everybody done? Anybody has 20? 20? We don't have 20 participants. We don't have. I never said participant, I said across the room.
That's what I
also assume.
19? Anybody got 19?
No.
18? 17? 16? 15? Now you have 15 in the room. 14? Huh? 1, 3?
Wow.
1, 3 to the front.
very fast.
12. 12, okay. To the front. 11. 11, okay. Dina. 10. Wow. Okay, come. To the front, please. 10, 10. Now, what happened to the rest? Below 10. You don't mingle much, or you just don't approach anyone, or how many do you guys have? 9. Yours? 9. 9? 9. Okay. So I'm right to stop at 10. Now, the 13 to the front. The 13. Let's check whether you have 13. Are these the same people? No? Okay. So who has a cat?
Who has a cat?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I know.
You're not supposed to say anything. Just sit there. Who has a cat?
Was it Jen? Jen is here?
That's Chen. I like the question. Is that you, Chen? You got a cat? Right? Who lives outside of Brunei? You're not supposed to ask questions anymore.
I remember
Wait outside Brunei. Which guy? There's so many guys in the room. Yes.
Siapa namanya?
You see what this means?
So fast.
That's the instructionist. Hold on. Hold to your thoughts. Have a seat. So you have 13 as well. You don't remember any. Yeah, but I didn't ask you that. So, who do you remember? Beside the curly hair. The woman with children. That's what it says. So she told you that. She told you that, or you remember the signature belongs to her, or just the story she's telling you?
She told me.
So you don't actually know that signature belongs to her, it's just that you remember the story that she has. Okay. What does that sound to you? Interesting. Yeah. Okay, so you don't know anybody beside the married with children. But anyway, welcome to the 13th. Does that happen to you all as well? Do you remember? No? You don't remember as well?
A third of it.
You remember all of it?
A third of them.
A third of them. I'll use you.
Wow.
So you have 12.
So I remember more.
Yeah, but I'm not going to ask you which one. That's a good idea, right?
Alright.
Okay. So, who has been scuba diving?
I don't remember. That's the person I don't remember. So we had 3 minutes, and we need to know everyone, and then 12 signature. That's impossible. So I need to remember for them.
So we have done this so many times, in 3 minutes, 2 minutes, everybody can have as much as 25 signatures.
25.
25.
I don't think we have 25 minutes.
Yes, exactly. The reason why I don't have 25, my darling.
Yes.
Okay? So, who has gone on a solo trip?
I don't remember.
You don't remember. Okay. So later, all
Yes,
this,
I will remember.
you will remember.
Make sure that.
And I hope by end of today you will remember everybody.
Yes.
Okay? We good?
I make sure that happens. Yes.
So she said she will make sure it's happened. How about the rest of you?
Yes.
How about the rest of you? When I said the rest of you in this room.
Yes.
Yes.
It's the instructors, moderators.
The moderators.
Yes.
Yes. Because I didn't say, I said, yeah, as many signatures as you want. I didn't say no matters, no, as long
Yes.
as in the room.
Yes. So we need to make sure instructor and moderators know all each of us as well.
She said it for me, I don't have to say anything anymore, right? So the rest goes for you. You don't remember any of the signatures? Thank you. How about the rest of you? You remember? 2 of you have that's testing.
She's not gonna ask you to do.
So you remember 2. I'm not gonna ask who has the curly hair because everybody knows somebody who has a curly hair.
Definitely not being Bobby.
Definitely.
Definitely not our managers because they are chosen for a reason with no hair. So who has run a marathon? You don't. You don't remember that as well. So who has curly hair? No, we know that. Okay, thank you very much. So guys, you don't remember anyone? You don't remember? How about you, sir?
I remember
You remember? Thank you very much. You remember how many?
almost.
You remember almost all of them. You remember them by their signature? Do you remember them what you need to talk to them? Do you
Yeah, I talked to them,
remember?
yeah.
So you put the faces with the signature?
Yeah. And the start.
And the sign of the
Yeah.
Awesome. Who is the older sibling?
All the sibling? That's it.
You saw your signature there.
I was not sibling. I was not looking, sorry.
You see, he said he remembers everything. And I said, who is the older sibling? He said, Joseph. I said, he's got the signature, it's not what? What does that mean? So who has a successful business?
Hyro.
But there's 2 signatures there.
No, Hyro.
This,
I remember Hyro.
Why you have 2 signatures in that type of business?
It's their choice of it's the motive. I don't know.
You know?
Because they're signature, so it's up to them.
The instruction is just 1 signature for
Yeah,
all.
you should tell them clearly.
Did you say that?
No, I was rushing to get the signature. You should have told them.
So
1
maybe
signature per box.
another opportunity is, to run a victimization mode training. Okay. Thank you
Yes,
very
after
much.
this.
So the idea of this thing is that sometimes we say that you get this signature but you don't get the signature. Because if you put the names, then you will know who it is. The idea is for you to get to know each other, number 1. Number 2 is part of our learning within ourselves. Sometimes, we meet people as part of network. Who in this room doesn't like networking? Raise up your hand. Ian, don't do that. So you don't like networking?
It's because I'm more of an introvert.
Because in businesses, even though we are introvert extrovert, it doesn't matter. We need to do a lot of networking because that's how our business grows. But the mistake that we all fall into is that we do networking. Yes, we got the name card. Yes, by the time I get home, whose name card is this? I don't remember. Now, in businesses, if you want to do networking, you need to put it in your heart and your soul. Whose name card is that, and what kind of businesses do they have? Because that will be an additional value to you. When you do networking, it has to be an added value to you, not for the sake of networking. Follow me? very important for us to get to know who our businesses are, the networking. Not just their name, what kind of businesses do they do? Now the idea of this masterclass setup is that you sit in a group and we're going to break you into groups later. You're not going to sit there with the same person throughout the 2 days. The idea is for you to get to know each other. To get to know each other, 1, get to know their business, 2, get to know what type of businesses they have and where do they expand it to. Who knows, the idea of you collaboration might come into picture. Follow me? Does it make sense to you?
Yes.
So the reason of us doing that activity is that not just to get the signature, but to get to know who they are. Because you talk to people. Now, because of the activity set up in 3 minutes, and we just say, get a signature. We don't say don't get to know people, but it's your choice. You can do that within 3 minutes. I like what my Sarah said earlier. You know, get to know, talk to them, and sometimes you remember by talking to these people. Follow me? Any questions? Anything you want to add on based on that activity?
That is very deep and we missed that.
Okay. Anybody else? Ian, you want to add? Bobby? Based on what we had earlier on. So the idea is to get to know each other, not just the name, the business, not just the signature, what do they do? Who knows you can collaborate? You don't know. Okay? You want to add anything?
Yeah. What business do I do? After that introduction. Anybody remember? HR. That's her. Yeah. Oil and gas.
Oil and gas.
Yes.
That was my previous work before. So what business do I do now? Yeah, consultant and training. And what's coming up?
Cafe.
Yeah, cafe. See, that's the difference. So we don't have that luxury to introduce ourselves in 5-10 minutes like that when we meet people. So I've experienced this. I met Pengiran Kamal. Thank you. In Selangor last year. Yeah, in Selangor Invest Forum. And all I know, he does multimedia stuff. Yeah, and I know he's Pengiran Kamal. He gave me his card. But it's sort of like what he does is do a photographic memory, look at that, and then try to remember his face. Yeah. So again, it's very, very important in business. And introvert is okay. You select the people who you want to meet with.
You will be surprised, all of the trainers like us are introverts, but we only extrovert in the class. Because that's what we do. We also introvert in our own way. If you put us in one room, we don't talk to other people as well because we don't like to be on our own. Now, don't use an excuse like introvert, extrovert, I'm very shy and whatnot in the business world. You need to network. You don't need to know the person to get to know the person. What harm that could do, just to ask them what's your name and what kind of business do you do. Because you chose to be business owners. You chose to be in a business world.
Yeah. I have a question.
Yeah.
So I go networking and I meet maybe 50 people, 30 people, and I try to remember them. I take their WhatsApp and so on, and then we say hi, and I pass them my PDF information. My concern is always the follow-up is weak. And we're not able to, maybe we need like, I'm doing investment banking, I'm multiply, and so on and so on. And then the follow-up is weak, you see. And then we don't really get to follow up after except the high and buy. Yeah, so that is always, for me, like, we put in all the effort to network, but the follow-up is weak, we don't really get anything out of it. So how is the comment?
So one of the things I would like to tell you is let go. One, most important rules, let go. Meaning that if it doesn't add value to you, let it go. Don't waste too much time on the person who doesn't want to connect with you. However, if you really feel that this person who has really added value to you in your business and you want to get to know them, do whatever it takes, whatever it costs to make you get together with that person. Bring them out for a coffee. Get together. The same thing what we did as mentors. You know, we get together. Sometimes we say, Bobby, can we meet? And Bobby say, no, I'm not free this week. I'm not free this weekend, whatever. And we find time to make things happen for you. And if you feel that it doesn't add value to you, don't waste your time, energy, and effort. Don't focus on the person, but if you want to focus on the business that he has, that he can add that value to you, by all means, do whatever you need to do. Be persistent in your own way. Kalau yang Melayu jangan majal.com, but persistent in your own way so that it can create value to you. Make an effort to get to know them. Now, a lot of people, true, what you said is true. You know, we met in a conference, for example, we met a lot of trainers, training providers, and whatnot. Give us, the name card and whatnot. But just like you said, you know, after that silence, there is nothing happening. But what do? Do we get what we want? We need to do whatever it takes to make us get what we want in whatever scenario it is. Alright?
Yeah. Checking on the introvert, I'm also an introvert, most people won't believe me.
Nobody will believe us.
Well, a trained extrovert. But checking who here admittedly is an introvert themselves. Siapa yang introvert? Okay, only one. Everyone else is introvert. Okay, ambivert. Most people are balanced, but some are more than that. So for introverts, the network technique is technically simple and easy, but more challenging for extroverts. So what introverts usually do, we stay quiet, we listen more. So in networking events, what we can do is ask more questions. And here's the thing about memorization: the more you know, the more story you know about the person, the more you remember about the person. And usually when I'm interacting with someone, I'm usually thinking, macam ada udang kulit batu pula. There's a agenda. My agenda is actually how can this person benefit me or other people I know. As a business consultant and mentor, sometimes I'm always thinking that who else might need this. So when I ask question, oh, do you do this? Oh, if you do this, then you do this. So I ask more questions. So the more questions you ask, the more you know about the person, the more you can remember them. And especially with technology nowadays, when I save people, I don't just save their name, I save them and what they do.
Yeah.
That's an easy way to follow up. Oh yeah, I know that person who does this thing. So I save that person with that thing about it. So just checking on the.
So for example, I have one name that said Frida McDonald. So after she works in McDonald's. So that's one way of easy for us to remember who's in that one. So put your names and your businesses. And also for us in Malaysia, we don't use name cards anymore, we use handshake. So you can just scan through and it stays in your system. Yeah? Okay?
So another question.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, so I'm curious about this LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So I met someone from BIBD a few days ago, and then I do the WhatsApp exchange. Then like 10 minutes later, they check me up on LinkedIn already. They know which school I went to, what I do, and then they start the conversation that way. Right. So my question is, LinkedIn, how do you guys use it professionally, and how do you do that kind of thing as well, where you stalk people online and then you know all about them? I don't know how useful is that, or I don't know.
You know, sometimes people mistake is they put everything about themselves in a portfolio. They say LinkedIn, Facebook, IG, and everything.
Yeah.
So one way of us is trying to stop that because, like I said, it has to be an individual, so you need to filter, right? Now, how do you say no to these people? Sometimes when you give your needs, they automatically say that you're going to check on your LinkedIn. And some people do that for whatever reasons they have. It's okay. But sometimes when they try to connect with us, and it says that we has no value, right? There's no value to us. So what do we do? How do we cut them off? How do we cut them off? You don't know. You're just being so nice.
Tell them.
Just tell them. Tell them.
Yeah.
So for example, you could just say something like, they're checking on you and they ask you questions about this and that, and you feel there is no other value, just tell them what's wrong with that. Now the question is, how do you tell them?
Nicely.
How do you put it nicely? I don't like you, I don't want to connect with you.
Recently, I had this guy. I did due diligence. Is legitimate. He He's a salesman from Middle East, I think. But the product he does is a system, so it's good. But I didn't have the need for it. So he says, is there any way we can connect? I said, yeah, thank you, blah, 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 and it's interesting to know your product. At the moment, my business doesn't use such systems, so there's no need to go further to this. So, yeah, well, let's connect for some, other things and so on. I'll get back to you. Simple as that. Because the thing is, you know that they're there on the marketing side, and if we reject, it's not like having love with somebody. Oh my God, I reject you, you go and hang yourself. It's not like that. So don't worry.
We say no, but we don't burn the bridges, okay? Because we don't know that you might need this kind of business in the future. Be nice about them, but if they say about this and that, you're not comfortable, you could just say, my apologies, but I'm not comfortable with this kind of question. What is your objective? Right? Asking this question.
In this scenario is a good encounter.
Okay.
Yeah. So I really want to connect this with this guy.
Right.
He also really want to connect with me. So he went to LinkedIn and studied, which is good, so he knows all about me. But I don't know much about him. So my question really is, how do you guys use LinkedIn to professionally?
You ask him.
Yeah.
What do you want to ask the guy? What do you want to know about it?
Alright.
He has LinkedIn as well.
Sorry?
He has LinkedIn as well.
Yeah, like this, they're very, like the professional network, they're very strong on LinkedIn.
Yes.
I'm not, I'm very new, I don't know how it works. So I'm just wondering, how do you use LinkedIn
So-
professionally in this context to network and so on?
It's the same thing as well. Like Jav mentioned, I'm selective with what I share. So if I want to share my oil and gas business or my own oil and gas experience, that's the only thing I show. Yeah. And then if I'm doing safety and health management consultancy, and I get a lot of safety guys who want to approach me, and I just look at their LinkedIn, and if I want to know, I said, what's the reason for you want to connect with me? Simple as that. Then he says, do you have a job? I'm not posting any jobs at the moment. Please, thank you.
Because importantly
So
is this.
if you want to know more about that guy, just ask him.
Just ask what you
Where do you live? Not what do you do? What is
You
your
have a
experience?
girlfriend, I'm interested in radio, things like that.
Something like that.
The idea is importantly for you guys, if you're in a business, only share information about you or your business which you want other people to know. Okay? That's added value to you as well. So for example, if you go to one LinkedIn, it's very simple. I only say I'm a training consultant, freelance trainer, blah, blah, blah. So people know that I'm a trainer. As simple as that. I do not give any information about my past histories and whatnot because they don't need to know. If they are interested in me and added value to them, they will come and ask me. Follow me? Yeah? Okay, let's start with the house rule. House rule is what we would like to agree on in this class throughout the day and tomorrow. Okay? So first, listen. When one person talks, the other person listen. Because we cannot talk at all one time because we don't know who to listen to. Follow me? And fully participate. This is the only way that we can learn from each other. We have the best hearts together with us in this room, and you as well. We learn from you, you learn from us. So you need to be fully participate. Even though you're introvert, ask questions. If you don't want to ask questions in front of everybody, write it on a post-it note on the table and pass it to us at your own convenient time, and we will try to address it. Okay? Next one is speak your mind. Because if you keep it in your head, nobody can help you because we mentors are not psychic. We can't read your mind. So you need to speak your mind, tell us what you have. You have a question, ask us anytime. If we don't know the answers, we will pass to anybody in the room who can have the answers for you or will revert back to you in one way or another. Okay? Share your story. Also, this is one way of us learning from each other. We share your stories, we share our stories with you so we can get to know each other better. Because between mentors and mentors, we need to be compatible with each other so that we can actually share our stories, learn from each other. Only then we can give you the right guidance and coaching or advice. Make sense?
Yeah.
And be honest. That's one of the rules. And be open to share your story. If you don't want to say it's your story, you can use another person, but then it will not be honest. Okay? But you can share your stories, be honest about it, and don't be shy. We are not judging you in this class. We are here to help each other, to support each other, to guide each other, as well as to learn from each other. Respect. When one person talks, the other person listen. That's one way of doing respect. Vegas rule. Anybody knows what Vegas rule is?
I know
What happened in Vegas, stay at Vegas.
So what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But we are in this classroom. What does it mean? It stays in this. The reason why don't be shy, share your stories, be honest, because it only stays in this room. Collaborate. Don't compete. Collaborate with each other based on the activities that we're going to do later. Importantly, have fun, be yourself, enjoy life, stay positive. In business, as a business owner, you need to enjoy what you do, okay? And you need to stay positive at all times. Not 100%, I say at all times. I don't say 100%, okay? 3 simple rules in life. As in life, in businesses, in your training, in whatever you do. What is the rule number 1? If you do not go after what you want, you will never have it. True? Anybody agree with this?
Yes.
Anybody who do not agree with this? If you do not ask, the answer will always be no. Correct or not?
Yes.
If you want to be shy, stay shy. Don't ask questions, you'll never get the answers. If you want to be introvert, be introvert. If you want to ask questions, take as many means as you can to get that question answered. Follow me? The third rule is that break out of your comfort zone. Break out of your comfort zone so you will not be stuck in the same place. In a business world, it's very, very important for you not to be stuck in your comfort zone. The same thing as networking. Don't be shy to do networking. You don't have to know that person to get to know that person. There is nothing wrong by asking them what's your name, what do you do, or you can start conversation and the weather is nice today. There are many different ways of communicating with other people. Do not put shy into the picture if you want to do networking. Do not put shy in your picture of your conversation because you will not be able to get to know the other person. Follow me? So this is some of the simple rules in life I just want to share with you, and I hope it stays with you in your heart and in your mind. Because these simple rules in life is very important for you to move forward from where you are. Okay? Now, we're going to be here today the full day from 9 to 4. Yeah, until 4, right, Haris?
Yes.
Until 4. So what we would like you to do, you have, Haris and the team have shared with you the program for today, right? So we would like to know what is your expectation for today's topic. There is a post-it note on the table. Please take 1 or 2, and once you write it down, post it in the whiteboard at the back. You see expectation board there, and post it there. Now what we will do, we're going to revisit the expectation throughout the day just to check a reflection whether we're going to meet your expectation halfway or towards the end of the day. Okay? So once you've done, put it there at the expectation whiteboard, and then we're going to stop for a break for 15 minutes. We will continue back at 10 o'clock. Just write your expectation. What do you expect to do or to know for today? So just for day 1, the topic is Introduction to Project Management Automation, where is to equip businesses with fundamental knowledge and business operation. So it's more about business operation today. So what is it your expectation to know for today's session? Okay? Then we do, once you're done, put it on the whiteboard and then you can have a break because we have time. If you want to, but not necessarily.
Because I don't believe because you always comment so sweet. You know what I mean?
Once you're done, you can have a break.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. For me, not I only go to get the emails and because they always comment organization. Okay, you know what I'm talking about? If it's not acceptable, they will not fight.
Insurance.
Yeah, I'm also saying
I still haven't learned my lesson. Pero, sabi ko lang to ini coba Pak.
there doing the execution.
Maksudnya kami facility management tentang cleaning, call, with the citizens, HA and
I'm
But mine is contractual. Our mission I've been working on it for 5 years. So you imagine how young we are.
half an hour break, but are you okay with bringing it to 15 minutes? Like we're starting in a minute's time, is that alright? You can still eat and munch away. Let's get started. So, if you're eating, makan. But take some notes as well. We'll have a longer break during lunchtime. Yeah.
Before we start at the end, I just want to do a quick announcement. So I see a lot of you have brought like water bottles. There is a water dispenser at the back there, just to let you know. So just go out and then turn right at the end where the fridge is. There is a water dispenser. And also for toilets, there are toilets to the left side, just going out, and then to the left is a toilet. And then also near the fridge, there's a toilet as well. And if you're looking for a surau, it is just upstairs. Okay, that's it. And the payahan.
Just sit outside.
Okay, welcome back. Thanks for the arrest. One thing we forgot to do was emergency briefing or safety briefing. Do you know what to do in the case of an emergency? Do you know where to get out from?
Just follow the instructor.
Just follow the instructor. Okay. Yeah. There's one exit point here. It just leads directly outside. I think the assembly point is somewhere over that side, and also that side. That side, yeah.
The assembly point, okay, so I'll do it as well. So there are no, there is no fire safety drill today that is scheduled, but if anything, there will be fire marshals that will assist you to bring you to the right place. So it will be, if you go outside I-Center, and then if you go macam, it's in between the buildings at all. So the building, this big building here, and then this like broken building, so it's in the middle there. So we will assist you and we will bring you there in case of any emergency lang. Okay, that's it, thank you.
Thank you. That's important to do a safety briefing because we're not familiar with the place. And I can tell you from my experience, if an emergency does happen, people will panic. And that's for sure. And even our trained emergency coordinators last time, we put in so much scenarios in the emergency drill, he panicked and then hung up the started to stutter. Yeah, so we had to terminate the exercise because of that. All right. What we'll do in this mentoring session is slightly different to probably other mentoring sessions we've done before. Is that we're going to split the duration of the topic into 3 phases. The first part is to give you a foundation, a good understanding of what the topic is all about. Just an awareness session so that everybody is on the same level of understanding, at least. Yeah. So what is business operations? You could have your ideas. You've probably read it, but let's make sure that everybody understands what that is. That'll be about 10-15 minutes. It'll be a lecture type of session where I will do the presentation. Yeah, and then to bring you to this idea of what needs to be asked and what needs to be thought of the particular subject, we're going to have discussions with us asking you structured questions or specific questions. Yeah, that will lead you to thinking, oh, I didn't think about that. Maybe that relates to the problem or the current concerns that I have with my business. Yeah, so that will then lead us to an open session. So this may be slightly mixed. The open session is questions and answers. We want you to bring up your issues, your concerns. If you don't have any concerns, maybe you want to do a new set of business, new startup, yeah, how do you want to do that, and that sort of thing. So anything that's related to you, because this is yours. You will have stories from us, you will have experiences from us, and if the 3 of us don't have the the answer or solution, yeah, we can direct you to and how to get it. But we're not going to give you the exact solution because one solution doesn't fit all. Yeah, so you need to be able to relate that to your own situation. Okay? Yes, I know how to use this.
You learn something new, right?
Just mula-mula, why does it work? One thing I forget, always switch it on. There's a long button here. Anyway, so today the section 1 will be on, what is it? Sanatakan. Yeah, the key concepts in business operations. And the second part will be analyzing and improving your business operations. Okay? What is business operations? Anybody? Kacau tiang, yeah? It's like if I miss you, I'll miss her. And that's like kacau tiang. Kacau tiang.
You can miss me.
Yeah, I think yeah. Kacau tiang. You will see this slide. Okay, what is business operations? Everyone? Any idea?
Day-to-day management of the business.
Yes, day-to-day management of business. That sounds right.
Organizational structure.
It's a part of it. Yeah. Anything else?
The tools you use for the business.
The tools that you use for business, yes, that's part of business operations. You've got something on your mind?
Coordinating tasks, materials.
Yeah, coordinating materials, that is part of it.
Money,
Money, yeah.
stops.
So, what it is simply, yeah, the topics will be run through all that. We talk about business operations, its purpose, components, the whole area of business operations. So what is it? What it is, it's simply put as your day-to-day activities to run your business so that you make money, make profit. It's as simple as that. And it's so simple that you're like, why am I being taught about this? Let's have a look at this video. How do you operate this? Did you click that? Okay. Yeah. That's it.
One of the primary functions or departments of any organisation, alongside the likes of marketing or finance. Operations are
Can you hear?
making, helping, delivering, but reward back, connecting and providing
Hold on.
Okay, salah technical.
airlines transport people, a vessel.
Assuming it's already paired.
Respect my phone because my news is very
Okay,
fast.
so can I pair it to you?
So this is business operations, not sure. You get your connectivity right.
So can you go back to the perspective?
What was it? Your question?
What is business operations?
What is business operations? Daily activities or day-to-day activities.
Or day-to-day?
Yeah.
So my question
Run
is,
business, make profit.
so in the business hierarchy or organization, right, you have marketing, sales, accounting. So operations fall under its own category, or how is it organized?
Yeah. Operations is essentially the whole
The
thing.
whole thing.
Yes.
Oh,
The whole thing.
okay.
Yeah. So operations includes business operations, includes marketing and sales. That's a marketing and sales operations. It's to make sure that your business contributes to your business in marketing and sales. The organization chart, you need to have to know who's going to do what and what are the responsibilities. Yeah. The one-man show business is like you don't need a big organization chart because you're doing everything yourself. But what are you going to do? How are you going to do it? So that falls under business operations. Yeah, but how does it work?
Should be connected.
Yeah, it's connected to the. Try close it. Open up.
Okay. After that.
Business operations are the core daily activities that an organization does to create value and earn a profit. It's one of the primary functions or departments of any organization, alongside the likes of marketing or finance. Operations are the doing, making, helping, delivering, the real work that creates and provides what the customer wants. From a coal mine digging up coal, an airline transporting people, a restaurant cooking for and serving customers, or a digital marketing agency doing its graphic design and setting up ad campaigns. The operations are the core activities of those businesses, the systems that transform inputs into higher value outputs. Operations management involves coordinating resources, forecasting demand, inventory management, capacity planning, demand management, scheduling resources, systems and layout design, performance management, improvement, and having an operations strategy to get the most out of it all. Operations are the essential department of most organizations, be that a typical business or a non-profit organization such as a government hospital or a charity. The operations are where the essential value-creating work gets done, taking inputs such as materials, people, skills, machines, technology, and the act of processing them into higher value outputs.
Okay.
Business operations.
Right. So what we get out of that? Business operations is basically the OTK, which includes the marketing, the production, and it gets what input, and you convert that into operations, and then you get your desired or value output. Now, have you all done your business plans? Yeah. No. Okay. A business plan. What is it? It's a plan to.
Business statement.
Okay, let's go further. Business plan. Here's the statement.
How to do business.
How to
It's
actually.
like a guideline for the.
Yes. Yeah. So it's a guideline. Those who haven't done business plan, Bob is meant to reach out to. I do some business plan training as well. So business plan is basically telling you how you want to run your business and what you want to achieve out of it. And if you see here, business plan includes, the mission statement, the executive summary is to tell the summary of that whole business plan. Mission statement, what you want to do and how you're going to do it in very simple terms. And what are you going to produce? What product are you going to sell? What services are you going to sell? How are you going to sell that? And SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This is a very, very important tool. Yeah? That you use in determining how you're going to go to market and sell your products. Financial planning is the money that's needed to run your business and to keep your business going. Competitor analysis, who are your competitors? How are you going to compete or sell your products better than them? And part of the business plan is your operations. Usually what we call as an operation plan. Oops. So an operation plan, sorry, I'm just trying to get used to using this. Operations plan actually transform your business strategies, what you've actually said in your business plan, into actionable plans to make your business run and essentially get profit. That's what a business plan is. Operations. So operations plan is here ensures that everyone at every level Yeah, if you have quite a good number of staff or employees, including your suppliers, including your subcontractors, if you're using any, is they are all aligned, they know what they're working on and how to actually work on it. And essentially, you want to grow your revenue, then you have to get more money in, more businesses, obviously increase productivity, your output, and achieve your desired outcome. So essentially, what we want to do with business plan is to create value and earn a profit. So it dictates how you want to operate your businesses. And the purpose of business operations then, that has a good business plan, is crucial for any success. Always plan ahead. Like what we did as mentors, the three of us, we sort of like never done this together before. So we actually sat down 2 times, yeah, communicated online by WhatsApp on odd hours, yeah, and to make sure that our presentation, our mentoring sessions here is a success and beneficial for you. So planning is important, yeah. So in order to achieve your goals, targets, importantly here, turn your business strategy into reality. Yeah? And remember that business operations varies for different businesses. Okay? However, the main components of a business operations are 4. You may argue it's 5, 3, 6, but these are the 4 that I feel that are important and plays a major part of it. One is, what are you going to produce? How are you going to produce? What are your services? Production also means that your productivity of your employee, of your services. For instance, like me, when I do my inspections at site, I produce inspection reports. And how do I produce? I've got a standard. Yeah. So the clients needs to understand demands on what I'm reporting, what are my recommendations, and so on. So that's your productivity. Marketing and sales, obviously, very very important in any sort of business. Yeah. I don't want to elaborate that further. Finance management. You need money to make money. Yeah. And it's all about making money, making profits, yeah? And then you've got human resources. You're talking about not just in hiring and firing people, but also making sure that your resources, your people, are competent, qualified to actually do the job. If they're not, what do? We get them to train up, yeah, to train them up. And these are the 4, and what it is that they don't stand alone, they don't work alone. Hence the representation in years, using years, they actually work in tandem with each other. You can't have a business operations just looking into human resource. Human resource looks into, like we said when I was on Champion 7 in operations, I said, Haja, HR, I need more people to do maintenance on my turbine. She says, yes, we have a lot. And finance people said, do you have the money? They recruit them. Yes, so you need to be able to work together and look at the optimum solution. And as I said, there are other components. If you're manufacturing, like making blades, yeah, and so you have a manufacturing part of your business operations. It's slightly different from production because you're making it from raw material. Quality control, to make sure that your product and your services are at a standard quality. You may include processes of quality control, or you want to include quality management inside your business operations. Supply chain, what does that mean? Materials, procurement, purchasing, yeah? Doing contracts with your suppliers, with your contractors, yeah? You may have delivery. There must be a contract, agreed rate. on what the delivery services or prices are. So you can see there, yeah, all of these are components of a complex business.
My question is for startups, right?
Yeah,
So like me, I pretty much do half or most of it.
yeah.
Then from a startup to a sort of maybe medium-sized business,
Yeah.
how do we then start to specialize and break it into these different departments?
You start with your business plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
So what would the transition or the transformation look like?
Okay.
from
So when you look at this, your business plan tells you what you're going to do, what you want to achieve.
yeah.
And part of the business plan has your operations plans, the who, the how, and the what to actually operate your business. And then in your operations plan, you may have the requirement for marketing. Yeah. In this case, you want to market at in a specific marketplace or specific customers, specific industry. So you look into that. How are you going to do that? Okay. How much marketing you want to do? Inside a business plan, you have competitive analysis. Yeah, so you actually analyze your competitor. So from there, from all of this, you then decide how much you want to do human resource. I mean, if there's only one of you, or you may want to include, what are the demands, what are the requirements of that human resource? You want a driver. What are the competencies and skills or qualification of the driver? Does he have to have class 3 or class 5 driving license? It's a simple example. So it's up to you in your business plan to actually dictate what should you do. Anything else?
So what we're trying to say here is that depending on your business, all these components of business operation don't necessarily have to be there. Yeah. The idea when Ian was saying that you need to focus on your business plan, what is it that you want to achieve? So for example, if it's more specific of marketing, you may not need these other elements, supply chain and whatnot. Focus only what you want to achieve, based on what you want to do. All these elements is just there for a reason, depending what business that you're in. Follow me?
Thanks, Ajay. HR. We need HR. Alright, so let's have a look at, this is a simplified business operations for a retail firm or retail shop. Yeah? Retail selling goods. So you can see there, it's only 4. The services, customer service business. Yeah? Sales, you have the point of sales. System, POS. Marketing, how much marketing you have to do, what sort of marketing you have to do, you have to do branding as part of marketing. And you probably need to buy supplies for stocking your goods. Yeah? So it could be just only 4 of this. You see that there's no human resource. Okay? Maybe it's part of services. Yeah, because probably you just have 1 or 2 employees. Now when we look at a manufacturing firm, you'll notice that it's a lot different to this, isn't it? You have probably the same in terms of services and sales, but because it's manufacturing, you include business operations in manufacturing the goods. Yeah? To improve the manufacturing process or to improve the product, you may need to have research and development. Okay? What business were you doing this time? Huh?
Wedding service.
Oh yes, the wedding thing, yeah. So you may have to do a research and development on this sort of wedding products or equipment that's used. Yeah? And for manufacturing, for instance, you will need raw material. And where do you buy the raw material from? I was just asking Rizal, what is the metal used that he uses for his knives? Especially for cooking knives, there have to be specific metal that doesn't rust easily. Yeah, so it's got this katana type of metal, which is quite interesting. Yeah? So you see there, business operations differs from one business to another. So, as I said, it's very, very important to get your business plan right. In that business plan, you have your operational or operations plan, and that will help you to dictate the type of business operations and the complexity of the business operations. Right? Good. So what are the benefits of an efficient business operation? It's a lot. And one thing that I'm really all about is it improves your risk management. So if you have a good business plan that you review on a regular basis, you actually have a good management on your business risks. I'm a safety and health management guy. My risk assessment talks about making sure that workers don't get injured. And how do I do that? I look at the things that causes harm or things that may cause harm. I look at the consequences if someone does get harmed, and I make sure that I put the right measures in place so that I can control the harm from happening. In this case, similar to business operations, you want to put the right control measures. Yeah? Now, you may put, that's what we normally term gold plating your business measures, business controls, and that may be unnecessary cost to you. Okay, so risk management is better improved, better customer satisfaction, yeah, and a lot more other things. And then the other thing I just mentioned, when you have the risk management, you optimize, not necessarily reduce, use the money meaningfully, yeah, you use the money properly. Okay, any other benefits that you can think of if you have a good business operations? How do we get improved efficiency and productivity?
Training.
Training, yeah. HR. Certification, qualification, that's training. Development. Development not only means training, but getting the right person exposed to certain experiences. Okay? And important in business is that one, isn't it? You have your growth in business and profitability. Right. How do we then improve our business operations? You have your current business operations. We want our business to grow. What are the things that we need to do to improve our business operations? Yes?
Do you have to come up with a document of business operations? Is it? Kalau dapat,
Yes,
you
kalau
have
dapat you need
yeah.
to, because then a document is good for you to review that
Will it be audited?
Not at the moment, not necessarily. Financial audits yearly for Scenario Berhad is done on financial auditing, but this one is good for internal audits. So one of the key things that you want to do is to measure your performance. How do you measure performance? By having documented what you have to achieve. Did I achieve what I wanted to achieve? How did I achieve that? That's your performance measurement. I wanted to do a business that I can reap up to $100,000 per month. Yeah? So after 6 months, you do a performance review. Did I actually achieve that? Oh, it's probably $100 a month. So yeah. But how do I improve on that? Yeah? Do I need to invest in people? I can streamline the process. Streamline the process is similar to optimizing your costs. Okay. Example, streamlining processes. Yeah, I think this is more technical. Again, my oil and gas background, and this means a lot to the business because we had to replace valves. Yeah. And well, if you had to replace valves, you have to shut down the production operations. Meaning to say you don't have any production for that particular day. So what we said was, yes, we can do that, but instead of one whole day, I'm streamlining the processes so I can just shut down within 3 hours. But what do I need in order to achieve that? I needed a spare valve to be available next to it, or available anywhere, and bring it on time. And only shut down when the valve is ready, all the crew is ready, and swap it over very efficiently, quickly. So I need the people to be trained. Yeah, and then we achieve that. We actually achieve from 15 hours to 3 hours shutdown. And that means a lot. So one day production, say 170,000 barrels. Yeah, so you lose 170,000 barrels. How much is it? Times $80? It's quite a lot of money, isn't it? But if I just manage to bring it down to 3 hours, I don't lose as much. But I do, that means that I've streamlined my processes. Following the latest trends. Business operations includes using the social media, AI, yeah. And yeah, and again, AI, new tools. What's the latest trend nowadays in businesses? AI. What else? Come on, what else? Mentoring. That's a new trend, isn't it? You have, my mentor was my uncle on businesses. That was the only guy that I got mentored. Nowadays you've got a pool of mentors, which is better. Okay, so this follows your continuous improvement cycle in a zone where you plan, there's your operations plan, business plan, you actually execute your business operations. You check by measuring performance, by auditing, internal audit, by reviewing, did I achieve what I planned to do? And then you put actions in place, such as like streamlining your processes, getting new people, getting new training sorted out, maybe getting a loan from a bank, yeah? And then you actually improve your plan, and the cycle goes along. So this is the continuous improvement cycle. So this is one way of improving your business operations through your business improvement or continuous improvement. Questions? Right. Now we're going to the next phase. So that's the end of the lecture. Now we want to get the discussion going. And the first question is this. Simple, right? What are the challenges associated in operating a business? What are your challenges, girls? What's the biggest challenge that you're experiencing now, for instance?
I don't know how to summarize and do. Basically, whether or not what we are doing is reaching towards our bigger vision.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
if we are putting the right people at where they are now. And
So
whether
it's uncertainty. So how do you then sort of reduce that uncertainty? How would you go about that? So you're not sure whether your business is actually, so it's a lot of uncertainty. Like, how do you actually reduce uncertainty? Mentoring, yeah, get more knowledge. Have you done a lot of competitor analysis? Competitor analysis?
Yes.
Yeah, have you done customer analysis, customer mapping, that sort of thing? Yeah. Anything else? Any other challenges people are facing?
Government regulation.
Government regulations, yeah.
Same.
Which one in particular?
Because mine is entertainment business, guys. We organize. So now the challenge is.
Not allowed in Brunei.
It's regulated, heavily regulated.
Is that impossible?
Macam our first concert was in 2005. We organized in Jurong Park, open air.
Yes.
Now after COVID, Mohan said not allowed anymore open air.
Okay.
But then when we ask kenapa, they go just like
Yeah.
it's like that.
Yes.
So it keeps changing balik-balik.
Yeah.
So now we're organizing luar negeri lah.
Okay. So open air, you can do it in closed airs.
Because kalau Jurong Park, the only closed area that we can do is either amphitheater,
Yeah.
which is costly, and Brunei doesn't want to pay tickets to see a show anyway. So And the other one is a small capacity for 200 people, which we cannot make money as much lah.
Yeah.
So government regulation plays a big part for us.
Okay, government regulations is a challenge.
Very.
Challenge for you, for your business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas in Miri, they just WhatsApp the government. Serious.
Okay. Yeah.
That's why Miri punya entertainment industry is quite.
Yeah.
Same
The
like
the government policy is also different. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe tutup sekolah mata kali lah, I don't know.
It's different.
Honestly, government still a lot of email back and forth. The email takes 1-2 weeks to reply.
True.
The other countries is just WhatsApp or TikTok, just you straight away got a
True.
Yeah.
so
Okay. Alright. Not sure what we can do about that. That's the challenge.
complain.
Yeah. Okay. Is that a good way of doing it though? Just to complain?
I think
I mean, to
when
solve
enough
problems.
people complain,
Yeah.
the government seems to take action.
If you read it.
The Reddit, I think complain too much. I know.
Any other ideas that could help with sort of helping
Government?
business associations?
Yes.
Associations. They can help you. But I mean the process in Brunei normally takes a bit of time. Okay. Alright, so that's a great good challenge. I think there is Bobby, there's a way around it, isn't it?
Yeah, there's always a way around
He knows, all the way around he knows. He's very experienced. Yang pentingnya sanang di luar payah di Brunei.
So what the storyline is that, you know, if we keep focusing on the limitations that we've got, we're gonna move.
Yeah.
We're not gonna move.
Yeah, but then what we challenge, the challenges for us, one, we don't have industry training. Industry training has been like, I'm sorry because I'm also a mentor in youth and sports department. I'm a business mentor juga. I'm a trainer. Most of the students that will complain to me is it's hard to get financing. When I talk to banks about it, yeah, it is. That at least 1 year punya operation. Second thing, when I talk to UBD punya professors about unemployment, we don't have enough jobs market, and we are government lah. Government, I'm talking about government lah. Government is encouraging people to do business, which is not enough. One cafe will only employ 1 to 3 people. Kadang-kadang ada very decent that is about it. I talked to UBD about it. Can we do a big industry macam what Malaysia is doing? We're not doing it. So I think government regulation and then there's not enough push political inspiration lah for this.
What
People-
entertainment can you do?
What do you say?
What entertainment can you do?
What
What entertainment can
we
you do?
do what entertainment?
Yeah.
Can do the drum concert kan?
We can do anything sebenarnya.
Yeah.
Tapi the regulation is for me I bring Brazilian punya entertainment. We play there you go. There you go, right? Okay.
See?
What we do is drums and percussion.
So what I'm trying to
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is that you need to actually formulate your proposal. Like I want to bring in Brazilian. You know what's the first thought is the Brazilian
Oh
festival.
my god.
Yeah, all
Okay, sir.
and all the half-naked people. So how do we actually rephrase that? I want to bring in
Drums and percussion.
exactly. Yeah. So there is always a way around things. You need to just, as one of the says, don't focus on the problem.
So, like what I'm trying to say,
Yeah, I
I
know,
know
it's-
this is not easy, you know.
Yeah, it's in the school.
So, usually, I mean, coming from a perspective from a Bruneian myself, he talks about that Brunei doesn't believe in Bruneians and whatnot, the challenges. But what we're trying to say here is that we don't limit our opportunities.
Yeah.
So, in a world of businesses, there is always a word like collaborating. Sometimes we see people as our competitors, but they actually can collaborate with us. Now, if you say that this is the business that I want to be in, for example, entertainment, and you know, like Bobby said, that Brunei is a zikr country, it's very hard to get into, right? Because we are going to start with the regulation of the government and whatnot. So this is what I call it COC and COI. I'm going to share with you something that in business that you guys need to have. This is what I call COC and COI. What it means, what is COC again? Anybody can guess?
Confirmation of communication.
COC.
So this is C, circle off.
Circle off.
Circle off. C. It starts with a C. Concern.
Concern.
And then inside it is circle off.
Conflict of interest.
Different
Influence. Yeah.
Now in business what we need to see is that you don't focus on this. If you focus on your concern, on your limitations and whatever it cannot be done, you will not be moving out of your comfort zone. Remember the rule that I shared with you earlier? What you need to do is increase this circle into a bigger circle. So you kill your concern and change your concern into something that you can influence. So many ways of doing it. So for example, like I said earlier, your entertainment business in Brunei is very hard to get through because of the government rules and regulation. Can we change the government in Brunei?
Yes.
No.
No.
But
Let's
what
not
we
get
can
into
do,
that.
how can we influence that? There is one thing that we call collaboration. Okay? So for example, myself, it's very hard for me to get training in Brunei because like I'm in Taurasi, Brunei doesn't live in Brunei, right? So I explore outside, collaboration. I collaborate with training providers outside Brunei, Malaysia, Singapore, Perth, Australia, and UK. So that's how I built myself. So don't focus on the things that you cannot do. Focus on something that you can do. So increase the circle of your influence in whatever you want to do and bring it and kill the concerns that you have. That is the only way that you can kill your challenges in your business. If you keep focusing, it cannot be done, it cannot be done, it will not be done. The rules that I share with you, the 3 rules. Follow me? Back to me.
Thank you, Hisham. So COC is circle of concern, not conformance. And COI is circle of
something that you
influence.
cannot control. Influence you can control.
So yeah, focus on what you can control. Right, what else have we got? What are the most crucial business operation activities in your business? Have you thought about it? The most crucial. You now know what business operations is. And Shopify. So yeah. What's the most crucial to make sure that your business grows? Sales and production? What business is it that you
Manufacturing.
manufacturing? Yeah. Manufacturing. What's the key operations? If you focus too much on sales, then you just focus on sales and forget about exactly. Yeah. Anything else? Harold? Tendering process, yes. So understanding what the client needs and leading to that. Yeah. Anything else? Joseph? I remember who's that comedian? The film comedian. Joe Boy. Okay, his name is Joseph, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry. Yes, Joseph.
Yeah.
What's your crucial business operations?
Yeah, one of the crucial business about it is the employees itself.
Employees.
Yes. About employees because of the behaviors.
Can you elaborate a little bit more? Why is that
Well,
important?
because of the behaviors of it. So the challenges now is between the generations. There is a gap between us as an operations management staff and in between the operators. So these gaps is we are keep on feeling of it.
Right.
There's a difficulty of filling the gap.
Filling the gap.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Filling the gap with
any all these puns, any sort of solutions you came up with?
Yes, we tried to look into those workers or hirings in which they can adapt the culture,
Okay.
adaptability of the culture,
Yeah.
not just because of they are okay, they are very good,
Yes.
they are excelling in their academics,
Yeah.
but if they can adapt the culture.
Right.
So that is one of the challenges
So,
that we
yeah,
have.
okay, so the generation gap.
Yes.
Okay, challenge. Anyone else have challenges? No? Think about it. What are your business operation activities that you would need to improve so that your business grows? Ken? What do you do?
I'm doing a retail business.
Retail.
Yes.
Okay.
When
You
they-
thought about this?
Yes, all the time.
All the time?
All the
So,
time.
what improvement you would like to see?
Maybe I'm trying to expand right now because the business model is systemized. So I'm looking for ways to actually expand the business
Okay.
and not just focus into one line of business. Maybe also get information
Okay.
and advice to go on to the new one.
So, do you know where to get that?
No idea yet.
You don't have. Okay, so maybe that's part of the discussion. Huh?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, anyone else? Anything? You've got something in your mind?
Basically,
Macam-
banyak kan cakap tapi
Ah.
macam yeah. Basically, since we have expanded our services to more, they're sort of related to wedding lah, like we have photographies now, jewelry hias, together with pelaminan and baju. Maybe on how to improve on each expansion so that it generates more profit for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, how to improve, maybe how to optimize.
Graduate.
Yeah. Okay, okay, that's cool. What about that? The rest of the evening quiet.
Quiet bunch.
Sure.
I feel like
Cupcakes. Was it cupcakes?
I feel like one of our challenges is to be out there, to be known,
Yes.
to have a brand awareness.
Okay. Brand awareness, alright. Have you thought about ways of doing that?
I feel like right now we wanna be more active, like joining exhibition, like pop-ups and stuff.
Okay, alright. Okay.
And also like similar to Joseph, like employee behavior.
Okay. Yeah, so do you have the same or similar issues with employees? With the
Yeah, like
generation
they
gap?
come and go, and because like they see a small business,
Yeah.
like they don't really like take us seriously.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Hi, I'm Sarah. My
Hi, Sarah.
business is Rattan House. We sell rattan furniture and home decor. But we are trying to develop our new core business that concentrate on Asian culture workshop. So we work very close with Asian embassies in Brunei to bring more handicraft workshop to
workshops.
Brunei and to promote the culture of Brunei itself.
Okay.
So what we are trying to improve is the cultural differentiations of me. I'm a Vietnamese living in Brunei for 7 years.
Okay.
My husband is Bruneian, and he's very introvert, just like most of the Bruneian. And Vietnamese, we are very extrovert. But also the way the Bruneian people work very different to the way
Yes.
Vietnamese work.
Yes.
So we have, I have faced many challenges to adapt the way they work
Yeah.
and to train them to work the way I want. So it's a long journey.
So again, it's still the employees is a challenge.
Yes, and then the R&D.
R&D.
So we have to read a lot of history books, research a lot of culture, so make sure it's cross-checked and it's very sensitive.
Yeah. Who do you work with for your research on history?
With some professor from UBD and then on my own.
Okay. Go to the history department. History center. But
Yes.
yeah, you do that?
Handicraft center.
Okay. Interesting. Is there sort of any cultural entertainment? See, collaboration. Anyway, it's something to think about. What about you guys?
We're organizing a Borneo month next year.
Borneo.
Like a Borneo cultural month if you want to join.
Borneo culture
Month.
month. Oh, is it the coming one in Pay Center?
Oh no.
No.
There'll be somewhere else, not in Brunei.
Yeah.
Obviously not in
Yes.
Brunei.
There you go.
Yes.
So get more details from Pengiran later during the breaks. So who knows the place of the collaboration opportunity.
Yes, I have found someone who studied history here. I'm borrowing books from her. And yes, I'll talk to you later.
Good. Do more networking and collaboration.
Sir, can
Yes.
I ask? Sure.
Yes.
If you want to expand your operations, right? Macam what Gardenia is doing. Does it? Do you think that we can do that? I mean, you can do it, or
I mean,
macam opening a factory? You do cupcakes, right?
yeah.
Yeah, like opening a factory, lah.
I think I can, but that is not my goal. Because like I wanna have a just small factory. Because like Jinju is doing this one phase. Because I feel like the bigger the business is,
Like supply to RD,
You just say something like this, you're not yet.
yeah, maybe yeah,
Not
we never
yet.
know.
So be positive of what you're saying. So yes, you are right. What you're trying to say is that she can do a lot more, but that is not the focus at the moment.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah. We had the apa tu franchising. You went kan, Sarah, for the franchising training? Oh, you didn't. I mean, it's somewhere else. So the franchising punya training was di sebelah, right? And the franchisor was surprised why I deal no more franchise.
Yeah.
And I asked the owner, right? He cakap, oh, the asal Brunei is like this.
Because
I was like,
sometimes,
what?
sometimes
Franchising
businesses
chances?
are like that. Business owners are like that. They're comfortable where they are, number one. Number two is they want to focus where they are, what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because it's not that they do not have a vision, they want to be, a big expand or whatever. It's just that they need to be focused and there's time where they want to be and how they want to be next. Because no point to expand if you're not focused. So you need, to expand, you need a lot of capital, investments and whatnot. So there is a lot of things that needs a lot of thinking. Now, if you had a lot of different components of your operation, don't focus all of it at one time to expand. Let's say you have, like what you said earlier, you have this, you have this, you have that. Focus on one area first. Don't focus all at one time. Because there are a lot of time, energy, effort, and time, money involved into that to expand one particular segment of your business. But so that when people ask you, you just say, not yet, I'm not yet that. Yes, bring it on, sorry.
Do you actually say, I mean, we as business people, right?
Yeah.
Because I come from a perspective from luar lah.
Yeah.
Because as I mentioned today, we don't have enough push for entrepreneurs to Brunei to become big. One is we found out in our programs that they also said that there was not enough mentorship for that.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning that we don't even know what franchising is. Okay? And we don't know the opportunities for it. When franchising is one of the biggest things that can happen to you.
Correct.
Like what McDonald's in Malaysia did lah.
Yeah.
Instead of doing, the owner of McDonald's in Malaysia, I can't remember what his name is. Instead of doing his own business card, he bought the franchise to McDonald's bar. So he changes his perspective of how the business is. So my concern is that I've been doing training for almost 10 years now.
Okay.
And I mean, I do talk to some people in Singapore about this. I said and PDB yang pakai. They always say that, cuman lah, okay pun lah business di rumah ni. What I mean is that, okay pun lah. But the concern is that we cannot employ a lot of people. So my opinion is that myself as a trainer juga, doesn't push you to do it bigger.
Yeah.
We always train you to be like, okay lah, business, if you earn $100, okay, alhamdulillah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tapi when I went to Selangor Business Summit, right, the entrepreneurs, the startups, when they do Zorong punya presentation, this is startup,
Yeah.
CITEC and product, CITEC. The proposal was 1 million above, 1 million above, 1 million
True.
above, 1 million above. Cupcakes, food restaurant, waste disposal, you name it. 1 million, 1 million, 1 million, 1 million above. Ada yang 50 million, ada 50 million.
So I
what
agree with you on that one.
Yeah,
Not to stop you that, but I agree with you on that one. Because I'm also a mentor for MSME in Malaysia, where I bring businesses outside Malaysia, like Vietnam, because like what you said, these people, when they do proposal, it's not 100 over 1,000, it's 1 million or 1 million.
1 million, yeah.
Because that's what they want to be. That's where they want the goals they want to achieve. So for us, I would not be saying that in Brunei the limitation is there. Okay? I wouldn't say. It's a matter of us as individual. Where do we want to bring our business into? Which level we want to bring? And it all goes back to us as business owners. You know, the government, BETB, for example, there are a lot of platforms, the banks, in terms of trying to encourage businesses to go out there. Question is, are we ready for that? Like you said, not many people know about the franchising, correct?
Yeah.
Now, how can we educate people in terms of the franchising? We can educate people, make them aware what franchising is all about. No matter what it is, it all goes back to the individual. Like what she was saying, she's not ready yet. Now, for you as a trainer, me and Ian and Bobby here, let's say we run a franchising training, for example. Let's say we can bring as many business owners to attend the training for their awareness sake. But would they go for that? We don't know, because we are not in a position to push these business owners because they know their own limitation.
Yeah.
So like us, like I said, it's go back to where we need to put our effort, time, energy to something that we can influence. So that's just my 2 cents view. Okay? Back to you, Ian.
Yeah, that's what we mean.
It's just doing.
Okay, now so probably picking up on what you guys are discussing about. As a business owner, as a manager, because you're managing your operations, right? How would you then ensure that you only need to focus on your business operations, make sure your business is sustainable, it's moving? How do you make sure it's efficient? As a business and manager, I own a business, I manage the business, I'm a manager. So how do you make sure that your current business operations is efficient? If you don't have efficient business operations, what does that mean? Probably don't have a good business to run. It probably won't make as much money as you would expect. But think about this. How would you with the current business that you have, how would you make sure your business runs operates efficiently? We're not talking about future plans. I've got business now.
Yeah.
It's making me 100,000 a year.
We're. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yours?
Yeah.
Because
you look like eager to answer.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry semua.
Yeah, remember the rules we share with stories.
Yeah,
and
what
we
stays in
learn from
Vegas
each other, yeah.
stays in Vegas. What happens when it stays in Vegas?
Participation. No, that one.
As a manager of my business,
Yeah.
business operations, I make sure that we can find contacts outside the country and share our because we're selling our own brand.
So your business operations now is selling or sales, right?
Yeah.
So one of the key things that you have to make sure sales is efficient is ensuring that
Collaboration that
collaboration
business
and
is
Alright, okay.
surviving lah.
Yeah. What about baking, Chef?
Um,
Baking operations. Is it baking, right?
Yeah. I feel like be more involved
Yes.
in the day-to-day operation.
Why is that?
Because like sometimes, like in day-to-day operation, like if we're baking, like
Yeah.
sometimes I need to see how the stuff is doing, like how and everything, like the recipe and everything.
So the baking process
Yeah, the
itself,
process itself.
you have to make sure it meets the specification.
And then
so
observe
that so that your product tastes really really nice. Yeah.
consistent.
Yeah, so that's actually making sure that the end product meets your the specs. Okay. Tender contracts.
So
How do you make sure that you get awarded a contract?
Of course, to do the monitoring and
Yeah.
guidance to the tender stock,
Yeah.
to ensure that we understand what and because sometimes for them maybe they only look at the certain question.
Yes.
So the profit, but they move it through the contract.
Right.
So my role is to ensure that they understand what the requirement and the requirement.
Okay. Excellent. What about you guys? What's your current business operations?
We're doing F&B business.
Okay.
Some leading service.
So what is the business operations that you're focused on?
So our concern now is we're finding inspiration we're looking to hire more employees to in helping us to do admin work. For now, I think we are too involved in the operation, too involved with too many works in admin and work operation.
So
So
you
we
are
have to
thinking,
yeah.
student.
So we have to seek guidance. What are
Okay. So yeah, keep that in mind. Yeah. All right. So yeah, again, whatever operations you're doing now is something that you need to make sure it runs efficiently before moving on. One thing about what I know about tendering is you need to have a tender plan. This all comes in a plan. My specialty last time and is still now is planning. So what I always preach is spend 80% planning. If you spend 20% planning, which means your plan is like haphazard, okay, I'll do this, get that. You spend 80%, what we term as firefighting. Yeah? Firefighting means to say, oh, you stumble into something, oh, I need to do that again, and it wastes your time and energy. So you spend a lot of time, 80% at least of planning, like what we've done, we've planned the session. Okay, we're still struggling with the timing, but at least you've got at least 80% of what we want to deliver out. Yeah, so that's my my take on that. Okay, I think that's it. Aisha, we'll do the discussion session after this. Yeah, take conscious of time. We've got another 40 odd minutes. Over to you.
Thank you.
This
Big round of
is
applause to
the
Ian.
end. You're welcome. Thank you.
So are we ready for the next topic? Is
Yeah.
it too much already? Should we stop here? Sarah, are we okay to go?
Yes.
Yes. Your team, okay to continue? You need nature breaks? There you go. Okay, the next topic we're going to talk about is key concepts in business operation. Earlier on, Ian talks about the business operation, what's important, what you need to do, and how we're going to make businesses more successful or effective. We follow that so far? Then he talks about what are the concepts in business operation. Now, in any business operation, these three things is everywhere. So this is the most crucial things in any business operation. He talks about the PPT framework. You know what PPT framework is? P is people. P is process, and T technology. So these three things is the key principles of any in business operations. Follow me? Now, whatever is like, it does not mean that's the only information that we've got. So feel free to make full use of the mentors, Ian, Bobby, and myself, and we have the other people as well. If you have any question, feel free to ask. Okay? So what are the PMT framework? So first, like I said, is the people. People is who is doing what? What stuff? For example, the people in your organization. And process, how the stuff is done. Remember, Ian talks about streamlining your process. So how it is done is very critical for you to streamline your process in order for it to become more effective or more successful. Because sometimes the current process that we have may not be working well. It may be working, but it may not be working well up to our expectation. So you need to streamline, analyze your process at all times. Follow me? And the next one is technology. Technology is what we do, you start with. Sometimes not all businesses requires technology, correct me? Right? So don't be too stuck up with people keep saying, you need to be braced up with technology currently. What is out there? True, for our knowledge, for experience, yes, we need to have. But not necessarily our business requires technology. Agree or not? So don't focus so much on technology if your business doesn't require that. you can keep abreast with the issues so that you know what is out there, what are kind of things, technology is out there, but if it is not necessary, don't. Right? Does it make sense to you? Because I don't want you to be focused so much, oh, I need to have the technology because everybody is doing it. Now the focus in technology is what, Bobby? Bobby's not very well. The AI. AI technology. We need that for our business. If you need it, by all means use it. If you don't need it. That's the message I'm trying to share. So the people is the human capital that driving your innovation, decision making, and value creation. Now remember, whatever people that you have here in your organization, regardless how small, how low the rank is, if they have no added value to you, don't keep them. Coming from HR, not academia. HR means human resource. Okay? No matter how many people that you have here in the organization, how low, how ranked people are, make sure they have an added value to you and to your business. If you do not see any value to them, don't keep. But you don't tell Agarabia they don't keep. This is just because this one is the human capital, it's all the people that you have, whether it's you, your people, your workers, or whoever it is. The idea of you want to do a business is to make money. And then the process. This is the systematic process approach that you need to have. Importantly, like what Ian was saying earlier on, streamline your process. Check your process as and when, not quarterly, not yearly, as and when required. Why? Because it may help you to make things better. Sometimes if you do ways like this, A to B, C to D, for example, it may work for you sometimes, but does it generate more income to you? Does it generate added value to you? If you think no, then change. Probably from A straight to C, you don't need B, and then C straight to E. Follow me? So this is what we say how stuff is done. You need to check your process as and when. There is no rules to say monthly, quarterly, or yearly. So for example, I heard earlier on there are a lot of issues in people. Do we let go of people? No. So two questions we're going to ask ourselves is that, do I need to keep these people? When I keep these people, does it generate me more income or more headache? If it's more headache, the question next to you is that, do I not keep them and keep the headache, or keep them and make them work with us? The question is still how. So if you want to spend more time and effort to the people that you work with, as long as you feel, you believe that these people has an added value to your business, to your operation, keep. Yeah. Else, don't keep. HR rules. Not HR, yeah. And the same thing, technology. This technology is available out there to support you, to guide you, to coach you in your businesses. But like I said, coming back to what I said earlier, if your company, if your business operation doesn't require it, don't focus so much on it. Focus on something else that can generate income, revenue to your organization, to your business operation. Because earlier the slide, Ian shared with you why doing business operation is to generate revenue. Focus on that. Don't focus on something that is not added value to you. Any questions? Does it make sense to you? Yes. So when we talk about people, it's all the people, individuals that works for you. Whether it's you, your staff, anybody that says people in your business. So that is what we meant. Now remember this, what I said earlier on. People are the fuel that brings your company vision to life. Why do you want to keep people who doesn't create vision for you? Why do you want to keep the people working with you if they are not in line with what you want? but your visions are. True? But don't start getting people out starting tomorrow. You know, what I'm saying is that, and they will say, I can't set that in the class one. Then the question is, what can you do to set your projects up with the right people? The reason why in HR, human resource, you recruit the right people at the right time for the right job. You don't recruit people for the sake of recruiting people. Sometimes we recruit people, we put out job description, administration. Now, a lot of people apply and you hire one administration job. And then when they're in, you ask them to do something else. And then you say they are not what I want. So it works both ways. Huh? You need to be aligned with what you want. You need to specifically say the job description is this, and this is how much you pay for this job. When they comes in, you ask them to do something else, they complain about the salary because that is not what they sign up for. The same thing before you hire people into your organization, regardless how small your business are. You know, a lot of people in Brunei, what I hear the past years is that Bruneians, especially Bruneian, is very picky of the jobs. Not enough jobs in Brunei, or they don't stay too long. Now, we always ask these people questions about why Bruneian doesn't stay. Have we asked ourselves even why people doesn't stay? Exactly what I said earlier. There are a lot of mishaps, miscommunication when you recruit. When you recruit people, you recruit for the right talent, right people, right time, the right job. Follow me? So this is some of the questions that we say when you want to look for people. You identify the skills, the knowledge, the experience that they have that could match with the business that you're working on, the vision that you're aiming at, and what value these people that you want to recruit to bring into your organization. Yeah? And at the same time, remember this. You need to understand what motivates your team. There are a lot of generation gaps across out there. You cannot think the way, let's say you're an X generation, you cannot ask the Y generation to think like you. Why? Because there are different gaps generation. So what you need to do, you need to bring yourself abreast with the issues in terms of the challenges of the X, Y, Z generation. You need to understand what are the characteristics of these people. So then you tend to understand, at least you can motivate them. And be a friend when you recruit them. Let's say you're doing something, like sometimes we feel that we're a very small company. No matter how small your company is, still your company, correct? No matter how small your operation is, it's still your company and you want to generate income. Now when you recruit somebody, remember what I said, you need to have an added value from that person. Be transparent with this person. Tell them your vision. During the interview you say that this is what my business is. How many of us actually says that, give a description of what our business are before we recruit? Now in Shell, for example, Shell or any other GLC, before they recruit, they not just a job description, they give you an overview of what the company is all about. So the person know what to expect from the job. So this is the organization I'm going to join in. This is what they have in mind. This is their vision. Can I help? And you be frank to say to them like, this is the business hours. And because that we are, entrepreneurs, sometimes we don't have business hours even. Depending on the hours, depending on the business, that's how we make money. Need to explain this thing to these people. So they know. Don't just focus on the job description. Okay? Does it make sense?
Yeah. Question?
Yeah.
What do you do to,
what do I do or what do we do?
Okay. To people who work with you that only wants to work 9 to 5 and that's about it? It doesn't even contribute to the company punya. So we do have skills, knowledge, experience, blah blah blah. But then 9 to 5 I'm out. or Muslim.
I'll fire them.
That's a good decision.
See, this start to start already. I don't know that do not fire them, don't keep.
Don't keep.
So what I'm saying is, you know, sometimes, like I said, we business owners, if your business doesn't have concrete timing, so meaning that you work a certain time, but this person say I only going to work 9 to 5. Now, question, other value, is what other value is your business?
Yeah.
If it is not, don't keep. Number 2 is explain to them. You don't say I'm gonna fire you because you work 9 to 5 and it doesn't have a value to my business. You don't do those kind of things. Huh?
Tapi Puan, kalau macam let's say yang the one we wanted to kick out, not keep a league, not keep. Not keep. If you want to not keep a league, is the person who you really need to actually run the operations bar. Macam
That one, instead of firing, we become very nice to them. We
Is
say
that-
flexible hours. You must work 40 hours a week. 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week.
Depends on your goals. Maybe
Exactly what I'm saying, depending on your business, your goals, your vision. But even though you need these people to run your operation, but they don't add the value to you. Why
It
you
will be like another 1 or 2 years baru dapat lagi gitu. Dan. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to.
My experience kan,
Yeah, yeah.
it's better you buang.
Hey, don't keep.
I don't want to sebut kata like honestly, it's better for you to carry your customer rather than you setting hati like that.
I disagree with you. Not keep.
Sedikit lah sebab dia pasal 9 to 5 kan, because mentality orang Brunei ni memang kena kerja
9 to 5, yeah.
Ada orang macam they start 9 to 5 because culturally Brunei tu memang kerja 9 to 5. However, sometimes 9 to 5 itu tidak efektif dengan dia punya job scope. For example, kalau sekiranya orang yang bekerja macam my staff kerja dari 10 sampai 8 lah for the brother consultants. But after macam hari ini terasa macam I have an administration. Pukul 10 orang government keluar for break.
Yeah.
And they don't have to
Yeah, I
work
know.
until 8.
Asal pukul datang.
And they don't have to work until 8. So macam it's basically based on apa yang dia punya tu lah. Apa yang punya priority the company tu lah.
So we do not keep them.
Can you
Kalau
have you tried
This is
aligning?
what I said.
Have you tried aligning his expectation with yours?
Yeah, yeah.
Find out
Okay,
what
the-
motivates them.
Yeah.
What was the reply? I cannot like you.
Oh, because okay, there's one person that I really want to kick out, tapi I cannot do it. Not keep.
Okay.
Tapi he's tapi gimana? If I kick him out,
Not keep.
not keep. If I'm not keeping him, the risk to my business is greater than of not keeping him.
So again,
So you see what he said. What he said
Yeah.
is contradictory.
yeah, that person is adding value to your company.
And then
Yeah, it
person
is.
adding value to your company. Keep. What keep is find out what motivates him for you to be with him. When you say money, you tell him this. For working 9 to 5, yes, it will generate money, but not more money as you want.
I think my answer is like this. You have to give the correct incentive. So everyone have their own incentive. Like this particular person, maybe he wants time, or maybe as you said, he wants money. So like I also have people on my team, they want money. So I give them a percentage of the sales.
yeah.
When they produce the production, they get a percentage of the sales. That motivates them to keep working even 50, 60, 70 hours. On the other hand, if they want time, then I give flexible hours. I need certain to 40 hours, you must work for me.
Yeah.
And then beyond that, flexible, you want to come in and work 10 p.m., 10 a.m., I don't care.
As long as you bring value to them.
You hit the target. Yeah. But this is for key person, like you said, it's important to the organization.
Yeah.
If they're not key person, you just come and sit around for 40 hours.
You said me, you change ma.
Then these people you will not keep. And then you have to see, we always talk about Brunei culture,
Yeah.
or Malaysian culture.
Stereotyping.
Now is tunnel vision. You have to look at Singapore or UK. or China, right? They have the 996 culture. When I was working, even I'm sick, I come to work, I want to work to get the project done. Because I committed to it for hours, months, right? So that is the mentality and attitude. People need to come, if you want to be successful, especially in the tech industry, startup and tech. You have to have a 996 hardcore work culture. Otherwise, if you want to just come and work 9 to 5, then you go work at KFC or work at the government. So that is the...
Because the thing is that we sometimes fall into the trap blaming the employees because they want to work 9 to 5, they're this. What have we done as an employer, as a business owner? What have we done?
So I think it's a cultural thing because the people in Brunei, I always tell my staff when they come, I'm not your parent, I'm not your teacher, I'm not your friend, I'm the employer. You're here to do a job. Okay, because the Bruneian culture, I also part of the Bruneian culture, is entitled and comfort seeking. You give him everything, they will always cari alasan lagi why not perfect.
Yeah, but at the same time, the employee is also nice. If they go for MC, okay, because they say go MC.
So the employer have to act like the principal or the disciplinarian. You set the structure very clearly, and then they have to perform. If you don't perform, it's very clear to them that you are not performing the KPI, appraisal, everything. That's how you...
So you need to also have your own policy regardless how small the business are. Sometimes these old small businesses say, for big companies easy now, they have the policy or not. But what is stopping us as business owner to set a policy for our staff? Nothing wrong with it. So if they go MC, you say okay, get well soon, whatever. At the same time, make sure that you don't take it for granted. They can go MC at any time. Yeah? So you as an employer need to play your role as a business owner as well. Do not keep blaming the staff. So at the same time, like I said, manage your people, resources, and time, motivate, find what's motivating them, and you need to set realistic expectations, like what Cheng was saying. I'm not your friend, I'm not your parent who give you cars to drive, pay for your bills every day. I am your employer. My vision is this. My expectation is to increase sales. And if you're not with me, then yes. Hajar Rafiah said, do not be polite. Okay. So process, again, the process is your foundation of your business. You need to visit your process as and when. Realign your process to your vision. Sometimes when you start up, you make your business plan. It works for you at that time. Now, toward the long run, it doesn't anymore. So business plan is a live document. Visit it as and any time as you want to. Okay? However, remember, process can still lead to a dead end if you are not communicated effectively. You change your process, but you don't communicate to your people, also doesn't work. Even though you streamline your process as many times as you want. Follow me? So the process is again simple to guide your team through the proper steps and protocols. You need to communicate. Don't keep your process to yourself. And like I said, be clear on your expectation, whether it's people or your process. You must be clear at your own expectation. What is it this company that I'm working on need to achieve? Because the moment the company, you have people with you, they are part of your company already, whether you like it or not. Okay? Use proper mapping tools to visualize your new process. Sometimes you require a standard operating procedure, you must have it so you can follow. Even though the new people coming in, you need to follow. It's easier for you. Not necessarily small companies, small business owners don't need SOPs, everyone does. Okay? So it will save you time to train your people, the new people coming in, if you have the SOP in place. Technology, like I said, is the component of the, yes, sorry.
Can you explain more about process? Because we are facing a problem.
What problem?
delivery, there is damage after the delivery, and no one blame for that fault. Like, oh, it's not my fault, I already give the runner the product. So we have to come up with the process of the delivery process. Like, before you give the runner, you have to take picture, share to delivery group. And then runner take the product, they have to take picture, check carefully, same delivery group. And then when customer receive it, they have to check the product carefully, sign the form, and the runner have to take picture carefully, send to delivery group, say done. So when customers say, oh, there's the faulty, that's the customer, not our fault, we did do all that. So in order to prevent all the faulty, we have to have process, and I am still working on it, and it's really hard to work on. So what's your advice on
So
it?
my advice to you, had a process, yes, at the moment? You just set your process, you verbally visualize it yourself. Your process
Yes,
is
we
this.
did, I did.
Now, that process, is it in written form? Is it in written form?
In return form.
Like is it a document?
Yes, yes, yes.
Document. So you share it with your runner?
So before that, because there's a faulty in the product, it's a big cabinet.
Yeah. Don't focus on the item.
Yeah.
And you ask me process. You have a process, right? Is
Yes.
it documented in a piece of paper?
Yes.
Is
yes.
it signed by you and the runner?
No, I mean so the process is signed. No, I do the process to my staff. So they will follow exactly that step.
So the issue is not your staff, the issue is your client, correct? The runner or the client? That
So
contains
let me tell you what I'm doing. So after that happened, I do a process. Like, you have to follow this. And then the staff, whenever they do a delivery, they have to send a picture in the group, and then the runner have to send pictures. But we haven't come to the step that, oh, have to print out a paper and then everyone sign it. So do we have to go through that stream or not? And other than delivery, we have many things we need to do on process, right? And then how we structure all of that to be a good process for the whole company. I'm still struggling with.
So my questions to you is that if these faulty things, the thing doesn't go away, does it cost you?
Yes.
The cost is much more than in putting the process in place. Because you said you're busy and those kind of things.
You are right.
Added value.
That's just a great question.
So streamline your process. So again, like you said earlier on, this is how I do it. The way you said it, you verbalize it, it's very good. It seems to be working, right? But now the question is, do we share it with the client? Do we share it with the runner? If you do it with your staff, only your staff knows. So the client may not know what is your expectation. Even though you put pictures, runners always do pictures and that. But sometimes they do not see the inside. So could be in the part when you're streamlining your process, you could change your process. When they send it, make sure it open, because come from you, everything is good. Come to the client, so they have no point to complain to say the product is not up to their expectation. Right? So you need to put that process in place. So my question to you, sometimes people say, I'm too busy to craft my SOP, correct? But that SOP is going to save you in terms of your whole operation. So that's the reason my question to you, how much will it cost you? Do you want to bear the cost of the complaints, or a replacement or not, or put the process in place and ensure exact the process is followed and shared by whoever is included in that pool? Yeah, do you want to say something?
Yeah. So it's an agreement. Yeah, and you're setting expectations up front. That it could be you're doing it verbal at the moment. It has to be documented or written. That who's responsible for what? What is the responsibility of the supplier? What is the responsibility of the runner? And what is the responsibility of the customer? Which is keeping it simple. So if it's damaged, who's responsible for each stage? Yeah. So Ideally, verbal doesn't work. Okay, Ratna, make sure it deliver, but it
They
wasn't my
can say
fault.
you don't say those things.
Yeah, so that's why we are asking you about your expectations, so that it's a contract between you and us that we deliver the project, the session, to meet your expectations. So here, the delivery man is your mentor, your trainer. Yeah, so he has to deliver your product to the customer such that it doesn't get damaged. The best way of doing it is you're working in your process, have a written or
Have a
documented
written,
agreement.
no matter how simple it is, make
Yeah.
it written.
So he knows if the product is damaged, he's responsible for this, or whatever. Yeah, and it's also a good thing to do is to put a value of the product that he's delivering.
So the runner is aware of it, and if something comes up with the damage and everything, so they would put extra care when they actually carry it, because they don't want to be responsible. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a contract lah.
It's more of a contract agreement. So you see, if you kill this between this and this already, the process they both knows, so you already kill one problem. Now the next thing is this. Now this one is that you focus on this. This is to make sure the product is not damaged. Reason is, if he delivers the product damaged, he will be responsible. Because you already clear that if these things you'll be responsible, and he will not take the responsibility. And he will put your things extra care. Make sense?
You are right. So I already documentized it, but it's in a very early stage and it's
Okay.
not have enough information. You're right. So if I'm getting it better, I print it out. There will be a lot of paperwork. So I hope after this training we have technology to assist that.
To make it easier,
Yes,
what we
yes.
normally do is that we have what we call as a procurement order or delivery note. Yeah?
Just make it simple, my Sarah. Don't
Delivery
make it as
note, this is what you're
complicated as
delivering.
possible.
And you could put the terms and conditions here.
Simple.
Your
One
T&C.
pager would be enough.
So the runner will sign, and then this guy will sign, and then customer will sign on this. So that reduces your paperwork.
Don't make it as complicated.
Yeah.
Make it as simple as possible.
I mean, this
that
runner is the
you
local runner, kan?
can understand.
It's not like Archipelago, FedEx, or things like that, because they would have their own. Okay?
And make sure the language that they can understand.
You deliver, damage, you pay.
Simple.
Well,
You remember
actually,
in the
this is
shop,
good.
they always have that,
Was
it's
broken.
broken, consider so.
So they have to prove that you broke this.
Okay? Would that answer your question, Ms. Sarah?
Yes, very satisfying. So, but on a company level, of course we know that everything should be streamlined. But is there a guideline of what should be streamlined?
Because it makes your process effective. If you don't streamline.
Yeah, I mean, like, do we have a guideline, like what should be streamlined? Like,
This requires one-to-one coaching. We have a business clinic, then you can approach any one of us. Yeah.
There's no standard, but it all depends on what you want to achieve out of the streamlining. Yeah, you may not want to streamline your HR process if you've got 100 staff, for instance. You may want to do that if you've got one guy who works 9 to 5 only. Yeah, so you can streamline or not streamline, it's up to you depending on what you want to achieve.
So just conscious of time, towards the end of the day, we always had an hour for the business clinic, so you can approach any one of the mentor to address what you need. Yeah.
I think we'll just finish this one.
very cool.
So technology, again, like I said, is the component. And like I said, if you don't employ the business for technology, don't do it. Only if it's added value to you, and then you invest in the technology, as simple as it is. Yeah? So technology is like you need to evaluate, you align your technology to your business objective. If you don't need it, you don't need it. If you need it, then if you need to invest in technology, do it. So this one is you need to, if you invest in technology, you need to keep a robust implementation of it and make sure training your people is in place. You don't buy technology, only you know, and the next thing you're on leave, nobody knows, and it doesn't work. know, there's a saying today, you know and I know. Tomorrow, I know, you don't know. And the third day, only Allah knows. Yeah? So don't fall into that trap. Follow me? So, in terms of this 3 PPT, I'm going to pass the floor to Bobby to create an activity with you guys so that it gives you more understanding in terms of the PPT process framework. Okay? Bobby, finally.
Thanks for the program.
So you're going to use yours?
Yeah. I'm not sure if I have time for the activity. I'll just leave for now to sampai sama pertama. Sikat ilmu yang penting yang kamu guna. Ya, kalau ikut hati aku pergi activity bang ni, but I think for now I think I only have time. Okay. Before that, okay. Did Fakul already give you the link to the file? Sudah?
I did on LMS.
Oh, LMS sudah. Okay. Okay, so okay, that's it. I prefer to do activity rather than discussion saja. Activity is basically on the what you just done, the people, process, and technology. So the process ada kamu nampak one of the videos input, process, output. So basically this is the simplest structure you can use for a project plan or a process flow. Paling simple, input, process, output. Kalau belajar computer science ada unit, kalau belajar engineering ada unit. Okay, so you can apply it to business. Interestingly, I found out that half of the successful business people in America actually have an engineering degree. So, orang akan actually apply the input, process, output into business. This is a simple one saja. So there's two types, right? Two general main types. One is the products flow, and then the other one is the service flow. So kalau zoom in, yang pernah ikut my courses, you know my favorite example, nasi kandar. So basically this applies to any food industry. The food industry in general, you buy. Again, one of the main processes. It's not all the process in the business. It's just one process, which is the food preparation. So it's your buying ingredients, you cook it, you prepare it, and then you sell it. Simple. But it can be more complicated. I'll show you a bit more complicated later. Then there's the service industry. So example like conducting workshops and classes for tuition school. So what's being processed is interestingly the customer. Not the product, the customer. So you're processing the customer, you're marketing to the customer, you allow the customer to book, and then you provide the services to the customer. So again, simplified, just three steps. It can be fun, it could be several steps. Depending on how much time you want to spend on it. And for every part of those has its own processes as well. Marketing ada its own process, booking system ada prosesnya, the classes pun ada process. So you can break it down further. So for the example that I'm using, a bit more detailed on the nasi katuk lah. You open shop, you take order, you prepare the foods, you take payment, and then after that you close shop. Because I can simplify. So what are the processes in your business? So the activity that I'd like you to do later lah. If you have time, I'm going to discuss with the other mentors, facilitators. If you have time later, we can organize the time for you to be in your groups to create your own process flow. So right now, I'm just gonna brief saja what I want you to do, and then later I'll quickly brief again, and then let you do it. Yeah, because how many of you need to do a school run of this? Okay, so I'll do kalau tak nampak sudah. So I'm just gonna zoom through the important part, so ada nampak preview So this is first I know tadi yang kena jadi people, process, technology. Basically kalau orang HR biasa people first. I'm a result oriented person, I go process first. So I need to know what needs to be done. So process dulu, then okay, so itu again kalau following the flow of the workshop sebenarnya. So then after the process, then we're gonna look into the people. Who are the people involved in each of those processes? So kalau ke kedai, the manager, the cook. So macam dua yang bilang the manager, the cook. Boleh bilang semuanya sharing responsibilities. But it's best if you can allocate which one does what, who does what. So this is to outline who actually is doing whatever job. For small businesses, very simple. But for bigger businesses, you'll have different people for every different step of the business. So that's the people part. Again, what I'm gonna do later with you guys. Sekarang split lagi I noticed there's actually 4 different groups Ada food and beverage, production, metalworks, furniture then event management, and ada one more retail. So potentially we'll group into 4 so you can discuss with each other on the processes and the people. And finally, okay, so itu the people, the process and the people. And then finally is the technology. So when people say technology, terus orang fikir the modern technology apa? Not necessarily. Okay, technology actually even zaman itu kira teknologi juga. Kita physical technology juga. It's the equipment that you need in order to run your business. It doesn't have to be the high-tech AI technology apa lah. So again, looking at the process and the people, what are the technology that you need? What are the equipment that you need? So just when you look into again every step, what is it that you need? So macam kalau example buka kedai, so for the workers again it's all on its own process now is the employee management or the human resource management. It could be simple pakai buku attendance saja, or it could be a worksheet ataupun ada clock machine. Terus sekarang ada nampak HR app pakai scan QR code nampak. Yang government ada apa GEMS or something apa government is it GEMS kan government? SSM right? SSM just ada. Okay, sorry. Old story. Old school. So again depending on your technology lah. So then taking order, you know lah, seorang take order macam mental saja. Kadang annoy kalau salah order. So tuliskah ataupun ada pun nampak jinju aku nampak pakai apa? Meja pilih yang ada app-nya pak. So that's nice lah, even for restaurant lah. Then prepare food, of course the kitchen equipment, that's technology. Kalau pakai tambah sih kah, pakai microwave kah, pakai apa the air fryer. The air fryer is supposedly more healthier but feels more dry. For me lah, suka minyak. Aku suka minyak berkrim, lemak berkrim. So then take payment. So to be simple cash saja. Atau sekarang ala people ala for bank transfer, but ideally yang susah saat ni Brunei nak everyone accepts cash. And even if they do accept cash, ada tu juga yang punya polisinya $20 and above. So that's part of the process lah. Unfortunately, not that I condone it. So what's the payment and then the closing shop. So at the end of the day, what do they need to do? So again, it's on its own process juga. Ada the financial part, ada the cleaning part. So just boleh baca-baca lagi. So again, what are the technology involved? So this is basically how you can apply the BPT into your business plan atau business operation plan. So untuk mendalami lagi, hopefully we'll have time. I'm thinking of 30 minutes for you, 30 minutes to conduct. I'll guide by for every part, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Then kalau sampai, then we'll have a presentation. And presentation is a bit important because it's only done, then people can see and then the people can give it. So hopefully sampai lah. So any questions so far on the activity that we're going to do later the question pasal banyak yang bukan school run lah. So after that presentation. So basically that's it on my section for now.
Later we're gonna break into groups to the activity.
Yeah, I think I skipped that one slide where I was gonna bacakan orang. Bacakan orang. So ada 4 groups lah. So potentially 4 groups sekarang. I think we'll organize people now.
So the lunch break 12 sampai?
Until 1:30. So
Yeah, we start at 1:30 sharp.
yeah, we'll start at 1:30. We're a bit like 7 minutes late into the break, but that's fine. I guess we'll start 1:30. I'll try to get here 1:30, and then we'll continue later. So see you guys this afternoon. Thank you.
I'm gonna say my last one.
Exercise.
not
You
sure.
go where? Yes.
That is the
Yeah, because it's like ada
First question and the second question. I was absorbing it. I think we can stay here.
I don't smoke, but I know a lot of them
Oh, yeah.
Sounds your six
But I kalau dulu yeah. So there's more. Okay, apa yang boleh? Di tu kan, we smoke at the door tu, lot of street days. Di kira sisi mana tu? So what we did is we go to the bushes. Ada tempat situ. Tapi di sana tak banyak business.
Next to the bus stop.
Jauh.
Remember the job? Try to get information. Go to the smoky area.
Dulu ada designated area lah. Sebelum tapi tu bisa.
Ah, kalau ada.
Kalau
kena
social smoker. Okay. Tapi bisa smoke lah. Apa tu? Consultation.
No, the business.
Okay. You need consultation. You need specialist lah. Consultation mahal.
No, but consultation. Review the check.
Let me test my information.
I'm not going to do the business plan. I'm just going to do the next.
Yeah.